Lot he owns asks the I-Team for help.
He wanted town workers to stop parking on his land. The I-Team's Brian Crandall is here with a resolution after he got involved. Brian?
Well, Patrice and Jean, the homeowner, wanted to end the long-running practice of town workers parking on his lot. He contacted us after not hearing back on his demand to the town for a month.
Being taken advantage of.
In historic downtown East Greenwich, Andy Gough has had enough of the neighbor down the street parking on the paved area in front of his house. That neighbor is Town Hall.
I have to put extra insurance on it, and I pay taxes on it, and the town uses it for free.
Gough says town vehicles and town workers' personal cars are often parked on this lot that's part of his property. A town vehicle was parked there when we stopped by. There had been an arrangement and understanding for decades, going back to the previous owner. But after 10 years here himself, Gough says he's had enough. Why now?
After I got my new tax bill and my new insurance. So the increased insurance kind of led me to push this a little further.
And so Gough emailed the town manager on September 8th, writing he was no longer comfortable with town workers parking on his property and asked them to stop. But he didn't hear back and says he followed up, but still did not get a response. So after a month,
I reached out to you after that because they weren't responding to me. It concerns me because I'm holding all the liability and I'm on my private property.
But could it be as simple as like putting up no parking private property signs?
I don't know. I don't think people would, they would adhere to that.
After meeting with Gough Wednesday, I emailed town manager Andy Nada, writing that the property owner had not heard back from him, asking for the town's response. Nada got back to me in about an hour with a detailed response, but declined an interview. He said he was just returning after being out of the office for a few weeks, but had received Gough's initial email. Nada said he has now informed town hall staff to stop parking on Gough's property. Quote, "This is Mr. Gough's choice and within his rights. The town staff will adapt and park on our local streets," he wrote to me. But he also took a bit of exception to Gough's approach. Quote, "The agreement apparently has been in place for approximately 30 years, and without a conversation, I believe Mr. Gough is seeking to immediately prohibit future use, which on the surface, from my review, appears to be within his rights, although it might not be the way that I would handle the situation, as it affects many people and has been in place for 30 years. I might consider some advance notice, allowing the town hall staff and other members of the public that also use this lot to prepare for this sudden change." Nada continued, "I'm curious as to how any resident would react if the town treated them in a similar manner under the same circumstances, with an immediate notice to vacate after a 30-year agreement." All right, so that's the flap. The town manager said he would expect it could take a few days for town workers to get his message to start parking there. The town had been plowing the lot, but that now will apparently stop. A neighboring church, by the way, has a legal easement allowing for parking on Gough's lot during services. That is not changing. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.